Hey, good morning friends. My name is Missy and today I am vlogging again because Matt is working a long day. If you saw my last day in the life, you know that the power went out, which was actually yesterday, and I almost was not able to film today. Luckily, the power came back on at like 7:30. It went out yesterday at 4:30, so I have a lot to do today. We have family coming this weekend, so they're coming tomorrow. Like laundry to do, just, you know, the chaos of the house from yesterday. And if you notice, I am actually wearing the same shirt that I was in yesterday because, fun fact, I am 3.5 months postpartum, but I'm in this weird transition where like none of my clothes really fit and my nursing shirts are a little too snug. I have 3 nursing shirts right now that fit me and 2 of them in the wash. So I'm wearing the same shirt as yesterday. So I need to plow through a ton of laundry. We just have like the chaos from the house yesterday. The power went out at 4:30. It kept storming all night long, so the house was really, really dark. Everybody seemed okay with it. Paul was fine. He had a flashlight and was like looking around. Mo was the only one who did not seem to really care for it. He was like my shadow the whole night. Literally, I'd stop and he'd bump into me. Matt came home around 7:30. We actually have 2 propane generators. Neither one of them was working, so Matt was not a happy camper to say the least. What happens where we live, because we're so rural, we have no cell service. So the only way I can make any calls or anything on my phone is through Wi-Fi calling, I believe. So basically, if the power's out, the internet's out, my cell phone doesn't work, essentially. So Matt wanted to check on the power company to see what it was doing. So around 10 o'clock, he drove about 5 miles down the street from us on the highway. You pick up cell service. So he drove there to 7-Eleven and he picked up cell service, called, and they basically said all the power was out in this area. They had no idea when it was going to be back, and they were just basically sending people to assess. Our electric company is very, very good. Our power doesn't go out too often, and when it does, they really try to get it back as soon as possible. So we did see right before bed, one of their trucks was going up our street. All our lines are buried, so I don't know what he was exactly looking for, but if I had to suspect, it was something on the highway right outside of our development. And Matt said actually on his way home, parts of that highway were closed, so he had to take like back roads. The wind was ridiculous, so I'm assuming there was like trees down everywhere. But anyway, so power is back up. We had a very interesting night. Matt slept down here with Mo because Mo was like nonstop whooping, not barking, but literally every 2 seconds he was like, boof, 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 boof. And it was really annoying, and I was afraid he was gonna wake up the baby. So Matt slept down here, which is probably fine for him because it was actually cooler down here. Paul was fine. He was like, peace, I'm going to bed. He didn't care the sound machine wasn't on. I slept upstairs with Tilly, and it was pretty miserable. It was hot, not uber hot, but I didn't have the sound machine on, so I could hear like every little thing she was doing. Like she moved, I woke up. She moved, she woke up, I woke up. She made a noise, I woke up. So I am exhausted. I wanted coffee when we came downstairs. She woke up around 6. I fed her. She went back to sleep, thank goodness. She's just waking up now. I was like, I need caffeine. So I was afraid to open the refrigerators, so I just had like a room temp Coke. We'll just leave it at that. That was pretty, you know, not enjoyable, but I need the caffeine. So I think I'm going to actually have coffee too, because it's going to be one of those days. So our really good friend said we could borrow his gas generator. So he brought that over like at 7, and Matt was taking the tractor with the forklift to take it off his truck, and literally the power and everything came back on. And then about 45 minutes later, the internet came back on, so now I can use my phone. So that's kind of where we are right now. So Paul has story time today, so I need to charge the iPad. I usually call my mom on Thursdays, but I don't know if we're going to get to because we just have so much stuff to do. I did not do the HelloFresh last night for dinner, so we're going to try to make that for lunch or whatever. You know, that's not too bad, just so that's out of the fridge. I brought out 3 freezer meals for when family is here, so I don't really have to cook anything. Oh, the other one thing about the power is we have the fridge. I just want to make sure it was fine. When the power goes out, I do not open it. I treat it like a cooler. So I did not open it at all last night, and it seemed fine. Everything was fine. The frozen seemed fine. And then we have a big fridge in the garage and a freezer on top, and then a stand-up freezer. All of those seemed fine. Matt was very scared because we just bought all that meat from Butcher Box that it was going to go to waste. The only thing that I didn't do is when we got the power warning about 15 We got a really bad storm warning about 15 minutes before it actually hit, and it said like seek shelter and everything. I should have run upstairs and filled the bathtub up with water. I usually am really good with that. And what you use that for is not necessarily drinking, but you can take then a pitcher of the water from your tub and put it in the toilet, and the toilet will flush. Because the well pump obviously was not working after a while. There was a little bit of water. So, and the other thing is that I need to add to my list is I only had 1 jug of water in the garage, which was fine because we knew we were getting, our friend was lending his generator, so we'd be able to get water soon. But I was like, ugh. So I need to add that to my shopping list the next time I hit the store, just to get a couple more jugs of water, because they're good to have for all sorts of things. Drinking, dog, brushing your teeth, all sorts of things. So it's probably going to be a little bit of a crazy day. Sissy's up. Let me go grab her, and then I don't know what we're getting into. Okay, so it's a little bit later. Oh, I don't have my watch on. I don't even know what time it is. It's 9:15. I honestly don't even know where to start today, because this is where I just get like overwhelmed. Clutter really overwhelms me, and I understand the power went off, so it's like kind of like a chaotic situation. So Matt's is very busy. I get that. So I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying it bothers me. I'm trying to deal with it. Matt came in and basically just, you know, he rushed home at like 7:30, then had to go outside in the storm, in the mud, and deal with it. So I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying that it bothers me. But there's clutter frickin' everywhere. So a lot of it is mine. I will say that. So like, I know this is really petty. This is really petty. But like his lunchbox is there, so I don't know what he's doing for lunch today. And then there's just like, you probably can't see it from up here, but there's lanterns and batteries and cords and stuff on my pretty kitchen counter that I try so hard to keep clutter cleaned. So hard. So hard. I've talked about it before. It bothers me. But anyway, I had my Coca-Cola. And it's cold. It's like 74 today. It's going to be like weird. And I am just going to make coffee, and I did not clean up last night, so here is my steel thing with coffee grounds from yesterday. That's lovely. But as I get older, some things don't bother me, so that doesn't bother me. My Yeti also did not go through the dishwasher last night, and I had mint tea in it last, so I just rinsed it out. Hopefully my coffee does not taste like mint. So like I said, we have family coming tomorrow. So today I need to kind of clean, but one of the good things about my cleaning system is it's like I don't have, like when I lived with Matt, he liked to have 1 day a month, where he would just literally get in like, you know, like a t-shirt, shorts, and get all your cleaning supplies and bomb clean the house. Granted, at that time we had a much smaller house. It was a 3-bedroom ranch, no basement, so it was doable. I hated it. And then I got introduced on YouTube to a method called Fly Lady System, which is basically, she has all these lists of like, I call them micro cleaning tasks, so you don't have that bomb day, like every day you do these things, once a week you do these things, once a month you do these things, and then you zone your house into how it makes sense. Like maybe you have the bedrooms as one zone, and you know the first floor is another, something like that. I have taken her system and like Missy-ized it. So literally, because I'm postpartum, I don't have the time right now to even clean for like 35-40 minutes. Sometimes it's only 10. So I have taken essentially every room in my house as a zone, and I have little cleaning things that I do. I have them in my iPhone, in my, it's not notes, it's reminders. And I have all these things set up as reminders. I'm constantly adjusting them to like how, you know, I can do things like I used to have vacuum and mop the floors down on this level because it's all this bamboo flooring. I used to have that every other day, but expectations have changed since I've had 2 littles. So now I shoot to vacuum. I don't even have vacuum in the list because I do it so frequently, but it's probably like every 3-4 days I vacuum down here just because of all the crumbs. We've had ants issues, but I mop this floor down like every 10 to 14 days, something like that. It does not get done as much. And I also, the bamboo flooring itself just always looks dirty. So if I ever got the opportunity to redo floors, which we're not doing in this house anytime soon, I would not choose at least this bamboo. I don't think it was like an expensive one. Oh, my kettle didn't have enough water. But anyway, long, boring story. Where I was getting at that, we have family coming over, so I don't need to bomb clean the house because I already micro clean the house with the exception of whatever I was trying to do yesterday. So like the bathroom down here is done, the bathroom upstairs is done. I do need to vacuum upstairs. I don't know if I'll get to that, but oh well. It is what it is. But it's Thursday, so we have story time in like an hour. So I need to charge the iPad. I would love to clutter clean this room. It's not very realistic because Paul is up and he's going to take his toys out, but I have moved like blankets and stuff from the couches, Mo's toys. He has 2 bins, one upstairs, one downstairs, and he likes to migrate them. So the bin upstairs is completely empty. The bin downstairs is overflowing. So I'm going to swap those, clean up his little area a little bit. That should make me feel a little bit better. I want to do the HelloFresh today. I have to feed my starter, so I'd love to do crackers. I think I'm going to do both of those things kind of in the morning-ish because Tilly seems okay. She's right now chilling in her chair. I don't know if you can see her. Probably not. And then it's Thursday, so I need to run to the farm, which is like 25 minutes away, to pick up our veggie share. And that timing is 11:30 to like 7-ish. So here's the problem. It's not really a problem. It's about a half hour away, so I could leave at 11, get there at 11:30. We could do that. We could try for that. I also do it after nap time when Matt's home. Like as soon as he comes home, we go. I don't want to go too close to Paul's nap time because I don't want him falling asleep in the car. That's what I don't want to happen. That has happened to me before. So I would love it if he took a nap today. That would be great. So I don't know if I'm going to do that before or after nap time. I'm going to do the HelloFresh for lunch just so it's out of the way. And I think for dinner, I'm just going to do like air fryer chicken nuggets. I'll have a salad. I don't know if I have French fries for Paul, but he's probably honestly fine with like veggie straws or something. I think that's all we're going to do. Something very, 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 very easy. I think I already said I took out 3 freezer meals for when my family's here because a couple reasons. When I was pregnant, I made a bunch of freezer meals in the winter and they were all like casseroles. And now that I'm postpartum and it's warmer, I have like zero interest in eating those and they're taking up room in my freezer. So we're having casseroles all 3 nights when my in-laws are here. Breakfast, I'm just going to do the sourdough. I'm going to do my sourdough pancakes and I'm going to do sourdough English muffins. And then the 3rd morning they're here, they're leaving, we're going to chiropractor, so I'm not even going to try to make breakfast. I have absolutely no idea what we're doing. Leftover English muffins maybe. I do have a pack of Killer Dave English muffins in the freezer. Maybe I'll pull those out. Something very quick and easy, basic. So it's not perfect, but that looks a little bit better. That's about as good as it's gonna get. So over here, this quilt my mom just made for Tilly. It's got these little bears, so I do need to bring this upstairs at some point, but right now I'm just leaving it here because sometimes I get cold with the air conditioning on. So that's just sticking right there. These baby loungers and bobby pillows, I feel like I'm done with these. I might put them down in the basement, I'm thinking. And then here's just some like small baby blankets that I'm leaving out. Paul uses them. We use them in the buggy or the car. And then this big one that I made, I'm actually going to bring upstairs because I'll put this in Tilly's room to use later. So I think I'm going to do that. Mo's corner looks a little bit better. That makes me feel a smidge bit better. Just like micro clutter clean a little bit. And now I just have to tackle the kitchen and it's only 9:30. So we have an hour till, what's that called? Story time. Story time. So let's see. Let me get rid of this. That looks much better, much better. I'm like, I can breathe. I do need to refill my all-purpose cleaner. I'll do that later. I don't feel like doing it now. That is done. I feel better. So I just need to switch out laundry, and it is almost 10 o'clock, so I still have some time, and I don't know what I'm going to be getting into, to be honest. Paul's show is over, so in theory I would normally turn it off and do something with him, but I feel like I have a lot of stuff on my brain, and in order to be functional I need to knock some of these out. So I think I'm just going to keep putting on a movie. It's one of those mornings, and then in the afternoon, hopefully, we'll knock that. I did get a lot of fruit, which is over there. I got some stuff from Misfit Produce this week. Nectarines and apricots, and I'm seeing a couple fruit flies flying around. I can't stand fruit flies. They drive me nuts. So I'm thinking I may cut those all up at some point today or either this evening and then freeze them for smoothies, I'm thinking, so I don't waste any of them. And then hopefully Mr. Fruit Fly goes away. That's what I'm hoping. So I might add that to my list of things to do as well. Are you in your big girl chair? Yeah. Do you see her? She's sitting in the big girl chair. Yeah, you are. What do you think? Do you love it? You love it? What do you think? You can see so much now, huh? So Paul is still watching TV. You know, it is what it is. And I brought up this chair from the basement because I thought maybe she would like to be in something besides that chair right there. Something a little more upright. She's old enough, she can hold her head up. So far she seems to like it, and no, I'm not using my stove. I am right here. I'm gonna cut up all of these nectarines and apricots, put them on a sheet tray, freeze them, and then that goes into the smoothie bag for Paul and me. I have smoothies too. So hopefully that gets rid of the fruit flies. I do have apples out. Maybe they will go in the fridge. We'll see. So let me cut these up. We're back over here again at my coffee station. The one of the nectarines actually was rotten, so I think that's where the fruit flies are coming from. Sissy did really good in her chair, but now she's like 100% over it, which is fine. It is 10:25, so I am going to brew. I always brew my coffee twice with the coffee grounds. I'm sure there's like coffee people out there that are like, oh my god, what is wrong with you? But I'm just putting some collagen in my coffee. I forgot to do that the first time. I do it for protein primarily. I'm trying to do this fast because Tilly is like over it. So I'm pouring another cup of coffee. I'm going to get the iPad set up. I don't know if we're gonna do it just in this room. I did it in my reading room before, but since I have like 5 minutes and everything is set up somewhere else, I think I'm just gonna do it over here and see if Paul freaks out if I turn the TV off. We'll see, we'll see. So do story time. I was really excited to get that fruit done. That's off my list. And then once story time is done, we'll see what else we get into. So I really hope this works. I have never tried this recipe before. I didn't have enough to do a cup of discard like the recipe said, so I just did half a cup of discard, rolled it as thin as possible. The recipe said to use parchment, but I did plastic wrap because I knew I'd be able to like smoosh it really, really thin. So we're gonna bake these and try them and see if they're any good. The only thing I wasn't sure about the recipe is it didn't say to put the butter inside the dough or melt it and put it on top. So I put it inside the dough. I don't know if I've really messed this up or not, but now I'm going to put this in the oven, and then I'm just gonna use some of this einkorn flour. This is whole wheat. I thought I got all purpose, but that's okay. I'm just gonna use that to feed my starter. I'm gonna feed it a lot because I'm gonna use it while we have family over. So I'm gonna feed that, put that in the fridge, get this in the oven baking, and then I think I'm just gonna start the HelloFresh because Tilly seems okay on the floor for now. And if I don't have her wrapped, I can do this a lot faster, so let's see. So here is my sourdough starter with the whole wheat flour, and I just mixed it until it's about this thick. I might add a smidge more water. Einkorn flour hydrates a little bit differently. Let's do that. Yeah, like that much. Let me mix that in. And then I'm just gonna put this on the counter to use tomorrow or Saturday probably. So I'm about to make my HelloFresh meal. This is what it's supposed to look like. We're gonna see. I just think it's so funny when they make these kits that it's like Pillsbury. I don't know why I find that funny, but this is easy to work with. I have worked with this before. There's a pepper, there's mozzarella cheese, garlic clove, some Italian seasoning, and a thing of cream cheese. And then this works out really well. There's 2 little tubs of marinara sauce. So I'm gonna make this for lunch. I'm gonna eat one and then Matt can take one, and then he can take one of those tubs of sauce to work, which works out perfectly. Let's see if I come up with that. So here are my crackers, they are done. And you can see I cut them with a pizza cutter. Some of them shattered and they're very crisp. These are delicious. The ones in the middle are crisp, but a little softer, kind of like a pita chip almost. So I think I made these too thick. Yeah, I'm gonna keep making these again. And I was thinking about making different variations. I just used everything but bagel seasoning. Is that what it is? Yeah. And you can taste, I could even use more. But that was a win. This is in the oven, so we shall see what happens. I did follow almost all the instructions. I just changed it a little bit. And look how cute this is. HelloFresh mozzarella. Isn't that cute? Just little things that I find entertaining. The sausage thing takes 15 minutes, and I'm sure it's gonna be molten hot. And it is 12:30 right now. Paul just helped himself to a couple things in the pantry. He got some graham crackers and a fig bar, I think, which is fine. So that's what he's having for lunch, and he has water. So he's probably gonna go up very shortly. I was getting to, I don't think I'm able to eat that for my lunch, which is fine. It's like a stromboli. I'll let it cool. I might either be able to eat it right before I feed Sissy for her next nap, or I'll just have to eat it later. It is what it is. And then one of those is for Matt for lunch tomorrow, and it was kind of cool that it came with each of these little dipping sauces. It said to microwave these. I don't have a microwave in case you're new, so I have it on a little measuring cup on the stove. That's what I used to heat it up. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean up a little bit here. So as I'm cleaning up here, I'm cleaning my garlic press. So I saw this on, well, I saw it on Instagram, but it was technically a TikTok that's saying you don't actually have to peel garlic. You just put it in your garlic press and it works. It did work, but I feel like there was a lot of garlic wasted that got stuck. So I don't know if we'll do that again, just in case you've seen that trend. Okay, so that's done, cleanup is done. I was kind of like dreading doing that HelloFresh, just because like I don't do a big lunch when I'm home alone. I just like forage basically. It's more of just like, are they gonna behave? Tilly's being very, very good this morning. Paul's always good, so there's that. I am gonna turn the dishwasher on because I didn't last night, and then now it's like packed. Just like completely off cycle now because of the power outage last night. But just with HelloFresh, I will say it's cute. I like the idea of it. The idea was, I was talking about this earlier yesterday. Matt got this for me for Mother's Day. He was gonna make me all the meals. we didn't anticipate Matt working late, the power outage. We also have family coming over, so I had to like quick make this because it's only a 2-person meal. Our family's coming tomorrow. And it's cute, but it's like, I cook and I have all the ingredients to make all this stuff, so it's really not helpful for me. My husband really likes it because it gives you like all of the ingredients in little individual portions, and it's very like written out and detailed. So it's like, here, add this, chop this, like very instructions with pictures. So Matt really likes this. It was really cool for him cooking for me. Normally he would have cooked this for me. We just kind of ran out of time. I did end it once the gift card was over. I just don't think it's really worth it for us right now. Plus, like, I can cook this stuff faster. And when Matt cooks, there's a lot more dishes that are used, if you know what I'm saying. But what they put on was an email or something, which I thought was really cool. They had recommended or just said that if you go to the beach, you can have HelloFresh delivered to your beach house or wherever temporarily for like that week. And I'm like, what a great idea. Like, not this year, but we go to the Outer Banks, and last year you're trying to plan meals where you can have everything. Like, everybody always does spaghetti because you need a jar of sauce, a box of pasta. Everybody does tacos because you just need ground beef and you can get one of those taco kits. But then coming up with other ideas, I'm like, that is brilliant because it gives you everything you need. All you needed was like oil, salt and pepper, butter, sugar are the only ingredients they say that they won't include in the box that you may need. So you just need those, and then it like puts everything else. So instead of getting like, if you're going to the beach for a week, you don't need like a tub of cream cheese because it gives you just enough for the recipe. That I thought was kind of cool. When we go back to the beach, whenever that happens, we might do something like that, you know, HelloFresh for like a couple nights. I thought that was a really cool idea, something I'd never thought of. All right, the crackers are done. I, just really quickly, would love to get away from the box snacks with Paul. He eats a lot of snacks, which is fine, but I would love to slowly get into making them instead of buying them. Number one, there's a lot more ingredients than when I make it. Number two, they're expensive, especially now with the cost of food. Anything I can make saves. So that was just like plain crackers. I was thinking if I maybe did some cheddar cheese and either grated it or blitzed it in the Vitamix maybe, and then added it to that. I can almost make like a Cheez-It because he really likes Cheez-Its and cheddar bunnies. That might be what I make next, I think. Or just different types of crackers, you know, things like that. So I'm definitely going to keep making that. That was very easy. I did throw in some cloth diapers. It's so humid outside, so I'm going to have to put them inside. I'm going to do that really fast. Then I think we're going to do nap time or quiet time. And then it's time for Tilly to probably feed Ian. So I'll show you the HelloFresh when it comes out. I don't know when I'm going to eat it, but I'll show it to you. Well, I guess this isn't a total accurate depiction because I don't have it sliced, but here's what it is in the picture, and here's what they look like. They look delicious. They're a little big, like here's the size of my hand, for example. So I'm gonna let these completely cool. I'll probably take the smaller one, hack it into pieces, and just eat it off the island throughout the day. That's probably what I'm gonna end up doing. And then this is the 2-cup measuring one that I have. The stove is actually off. I just have it there warming basically. So there's my lunch. And everybody's just hanging out. Paul's being crazy, huh? I just realized he's wearing the same shirt as yesterday. I did change his diaper, I promise. But last night it was so hot. All his pajamas are like long sleeve, and I didn't want to put him in that. So I just left him in his shorts and t-shirt. And he is such a butthead right now about changing clothes. So this morning he woke up and I was like, forget it. You want to wear that again? I'm wearing the same clothes as I was yesterday, so are you. Right? In case you were wondering why we were all wearing the same clothes, that's why. Laziness, right? Laziness. Everybody's getting showers and baths tonight. Everybody's getting new clothes tomorrow. Tomorrow is a new day, right? So she took a little nap in the chair, and I took that opportunity to run into my office and finish editing. I've been working on that sourdough pancake video for like a week and a half to edit it, which is ridiculous, but just with everything going on. So that is uploading right now, and I'm just gonna have it go live because I missed I try for Wednesdays to upload. That right there, I've been working on. It is delicious, I will not lie. So Paul was very good. He went upstairs and went to bed. Before that, though, he peed on the couch. It's great. Sorry, kind of crooked, drawn my library book. So Paul is almost 2.5. So he's still kind of on the younger side. He weighs 35 pounds. So we use Hello Bello diapers, and he pretty much is at the max weight of those diapers. And my cloth diapers, like, he wears them sometimes, but he floods them out. I can't wear them at night. He can't wear them at night. He can't wear them for a nap. I don't put him in them first thing in the morning. Like, anytime I know that he's going to flood out his diapers, he goes in disposables. But I don't change him nearly as much as I change her. So I feel like I'm, you know, she's in cloth diapers. So I feel like I'm doing something good for the environment. But one of my girlfriends just recommended these disposable boosters. I might try those out and see if they work. And then maybe I can use the cloth diapers again. Maybe. We shall see. Speaking of, she's done this to me the last couple days with her cloth diapers. She's taken a really long nap and flooded them. So I'm going to put her in a disposable. Aren't they sweet? These are Hello Bello, like strawberries. They have like the cutest little patterns. So anyway, he flooded out his diaper. I don't remember when I changed it. It might have been past the time, obviously. And he got off the couch and there was this dark spot. And I was like, well, that's weird. And I felt it and it was like really wet. And his shorts were like soaking wet. And that's like, of course, the spot that I like to sit in when she takes a nap. So it's not a big deal. We're just shifting things around. So he got an outfit change and I brought him upstairs and he wanted a bunch of toys. So I brought those upstairs. He didn't even open his door. And when I came downstairs, Sissy was still kind of sleeping. So I went outside and got the garbage cans because yesterday was garbage collection day. The mail was like Matt's magazine and some junk mail, so I just left it in there. Shh. I'll just get it tomorrow. We have a large mailbox. It's fine. So I was able to do that. I was able to upload my video. So now she's hungry. I keep looking at my watch. It's dead, so I'm not wearing my watch. It's like 1:30, I think. So I'm gonna sit with baby girl on the couch and we are going to watch Gaslight on Stars because I said yesterday I got Stars freebie pretty much just so I could finish watching Outlander because now I'm obsessed with that show. I can't wait for the next season. They'll have done such a cliffhanger if you watch that show. I am pouring myself a mug of decaf tea. God, I am like not functioning today at all. And I turn this off. I'll bring this with me. I find that hot liquids, I know you're not supposed to have hot liquids. I'm very careful when breastfeeding. Or feeding in general. As I say, if I have hot liquids, then I don't need to munch as much. So that is the plan, to sit on the non-peed on side of the couch, drink my decaf coffee. I did fold laundry too while she was sleeping. And then when Paul gets up, we're going to pack into the car and go to the farm and get our veggies, right? And I have to wash them, but I'm not doing that today. Those are tomorrow. A tomorrow thing. And they all need baths. I haven't quite figured out how I'm doing that. And I need a shower. It might be that I give her a bath. That's gonna come at 7:30. I don't know. Let me put her down for a nap and I'll be back. So everybody's up from their nap. Paul slept 3 hours, which is awesome. She slept like 2 45-minute periods, not really a long one, but that's okay. She was folding laundry with me and everything. The house is a little picked up. Paul is ready to go on an adventure. We're gonna go to the CSA to grab our veggies, come home. I'm having a really... Here, come here. You wanna say hi? And we're gonna have a really low-key dinner, right?
I go touch your baby sister.
I know, she's in her car seat. We're gonna go.
Yeah,
so you wanna bye?
I go touch it.
So I'm gonna wrap this up here.
Okay.
Get these kids in the car. Thank you so much for hanging out with me all day. If you like videos like this, give it a thumbs up so I know. Subscribe if you haven't, and we'll see you in the next one. You wanna say bye? Wave bye.
Mom, can I go touch your baby sister?
You wanna touch baby sister? Okay.
I go.
Touch her. Good job. Okay. Say bye. Bye-bye. See you next time. Can you say see you next time? You're so goofy. Have a kiss. I love you, buddy.